Yo, what's good, man? It's your boy DT3, man, and I'm back at you with another video, man. New media, notification gang. God's word. It's what it is, man. Look, check this out. Great fight tonight. Congratulations to Errol Spence. Congratulations to Danny Garcia for putting on a decent fight. I ain't gonna say you put on a hell of a fight. I ain't gonna say nothing like hype you up like that. But you put on a good fight. But I have to say this, for Danny Garcia, you should have let your hands go. If you would have let your hands go, would have been a different outcome of the fight. Errol Spence obviously was rusty, of course, from being out of the ring, the car accident, everything that happened, all the trials and tribulations that led up to the fight and all that. I understand it, and that's a good reason to have some sense of ring rest. I understand that. So, with that being said, Danny, you should have taken complete, full advantage of that. Alright? You did not fight like a guy that was coming to win. You fought like a guy that was just showing up, just trying to, like you just showed up. You didn't show up to win. It was like you was there just to be there. Okay? Let me tell you something. You already had a bunch of shit stacked against you. For one, you fight in his hometown. Straight up, you in his hometown, in his backyard. Okay? So already, he got the crowd. So you had to lose right there. He got the crowd in his hometown. Number two, he is the unified welterweight champ. So everything he do is going to be magnified 10 times. Okay? So that means you going to have to do double of what he do. And the cold part about it is, Danny, you know that because you've been champion before. You've defended your belt before. You know what that is. So for you to go in that fight with that level of ignorance is beyond me, bro. But you did not let your hands go. The punch that was there for you that you should have thrown a lot more was that looping overhand right. That shit was there for you all night long. And it would have changed the whole outcome of the fight, because every time Errol Spence got off, he would get off and step out and come out high, chin up. Okay? Perfect for you to throw an overhand right every time, because he did it in repetition to the point where it looked like it was a habit. He developed a habit in doing that in that fight, to where he would have been open for a lot of looping right hands coming out, getting off, coming out, getting caught, coming out, and possibly given in those situations, if you catch him the right way, you could have knocked him down. Which we all know would have changed the whole outcome of the fight, bro. Whole outcome. You didn't let your hands go, Danny. Because I saw, if you would have let your hands go, it would have been a totally different fight. And another thing that you didn't do, you wasn't first. You let Earl get off first too much. If you would have been first, and if you would have let your hands go a little bit more, and it ain't that Earl didn't let you, because there were a lot of spots where you could have really let your hands go on Earl, and he really didn't have nothing for you. And you a counter puncher. So you would have had a counter for whatever he was coming with to counter you with. Because you were a natural counter puncher. And that was your problem. That's what defeated you, really, was yourself. Because you were looking for a counter shot the whole fight. You was looking to counter him. Looking to counter. Looking to counter. Looking to counter. You was looking to counter him with that one-stop shot that you thought was going to hurt him. Or you thought was going to knock him out, knock him down, or whatever. And it didn't happen. And you didn't have a plan B for if that didn't happen. And that's on you and Angel. Because even Angel should have been telling you, throw your overhand right more. Be first. He did tell you to let your hands go. He did say that. But you needed the way you needed to let your hands go was letting that overhand right loose. Letting it loose. The overhand right, left hook to the body was there for you all night. And I'm not saying like you would have landed it flush every time. But I'm telling you, with the way Errol Spence was going back, head high, and the way that he kept his left hand right here below his chin, or right here, right on the chin per se, you was easy could have caught him right on the temple, or you could have just caught him flush on the chin. The way he was going all the way back like that, it was a lot of spots where you could have caught Errol Spence, and it could have possibly changed the whole outcome of the fight. As I've said pertaining to Errol Spence, he fought a hell of a fight. I told people plenty of times in the build up to the fight, didn't feel the need to make videos about it, because I've said it in multiple live streams and multiple YouTubers platforms that I do not believe that Errol Spence is going to have any issues with punch resistance. I think he's going to do fine. I think the level of sparring that he does, the weight class, the weight differentials of his sparring partners, they don't. Danny Garcia don't hit nowhere near as hard as Errol Spence's sparring partners. Errol Spence spars light heavyweights. Danny Garcia is no light heavyweight, nor do he hit like a light heavyweight. Okay, it's factually proven that Errol Spence spars light heavyweights. So if he's sparring light heavyweights and he's doing pretty good with light heavyweights and sparring, I think he can deal with Danny pretty well. I don't see an issue with his punch resistance towards Danny Garcia. And Danny Garcia did catch him with some hot shit. And Errol Spence did eat that. And he did not show any signs of being hurt or any signs of being discouraged by Danny Garcia whatsoever, whether of speed, power, endurance, nothing. What I saw was Errol Spence really take the fight out of Danny Garcia. Because when Danny Garcia saw that one punch at a time shit wasn't going to work, he didn't have a plan B. And that was where you fucked up, Danny. You did not have a plan B. You was looking to counter him because you know Errol Spence throw a lot of punches. So you was looking for Errol to throw punches recklessly so you could counter him on some reckless shit because you was hoping he'd be over eager with some shit. And he didn't fight that fight. He fought a very smart fight. For a guy that has the ring rush that he has, he fought a very cerebral, smart fight. And I got to give him credit for that. I told a lot of people that he wasn't going to have the problems that a lot of people thought he was going to have. I already told people that his punch resistance wasn't going to be an issue. None of that. What I felt was going to be an issue was his endurance mentally. How was he going to be able to deal with the going to 12 rounds? That was mainly my main concern with Errol, was him going to 12 rounds and the physicalness of that. But as far as him getting hit and all that, I wasn't really worried about that. I was more worried about his endurance and how coming back from that, gaining all that weight, losing all that weight, and then going right into a big fight like with the Danny Garcia. How would he hold up with his endurance? That's the only thing I was tripping on. But hell of a fight, great fight. Errol Spence, hey, you the truth for that. You proved a lot of people wrong. A lot of people said you wasn't going to stand up to the punches. A lot of people said Danny was going to get you out of there, all this shit. And you proved them all wrong, bro. Salute to you. God bless you. We cannot wait to see you back in the ring, Earl. And just keep working, keep doing what you're doing. Danny, let your hands go. You on your Adrian Broner hype, bro. You really was on your Adrian Broner hype tonight. Should have let your hands go. If you would have let your hands go, I promise you, Danny, the outcome of the fight probably would have been in your favor. And it would have been in your favor based on Errol Spence's ring rush. It really would have been based on his ring rush because of the little simple mistakes he was making by the way he was backing out when he was getting off on his combinations. And you could have exploited that one flaw, and that could have changed the whole outcome of the fight, and it could have even went your way. Had you would have exploited that weakness or that flaw or that mistake. But hey, man, congratulations. Good shit, Earl. Can't wait to see you back.